यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुना तीरा जय विष्णुपाद स्वराज कचर्य स्तोत्र सस्रविंग्र श्रीमद् भक्तिसिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। All glories to Lord Sri Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Shri Prabhupada की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि प्रिय। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदी गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्रपादं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे शून्यादि पश्चात देशधारणे। Today we are reading from Śrimad Bhāgavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 29, text number 27. Can we proceed? Okay. अतमां सर्वभूतेषु भूतात्मानं कृतालयम् अर्हयेद्दानमानाभ्याम् मैत्र्या भिन्नेन चक्षुषा अतमां सर्वभूतेषु भूतात्मानं कृतालयम् अर्हयेद्दानमानाभ्याम् मैत्र्या भिन्नेन चक्षुषा Therefore, Mam, me, Sarvabhuteshu, in all creatures, Bhuta Atmanam, the self in all beings, Kruta Alayam, abiding, Arhayet, one should propitiate, Danamanabhyam, through charity and respect, Maitriya, through friendship, Abhinnena, Chakshusha, by viewing. Translation by His Divine Graces Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki. Therefore, through charitable gifts and attention, as well as through friendly behavior, and by viewing all to be alike, one should propitiate me, who abide in all creatures as their very self. Purport. It should not be misunderstood that because the Supersoul is dwelling within the heart of a living entity, the individual soul has become equal to him. The equality of Supersoul and the individual soul is misconceived by the impersonalist. Here, it is distinctly mentioned that the individual soul should be recognized in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The method of worshipping the individual soul is described here as either giving charitable gifts or behaving in a friendly manner, free from any separatist outlook. The impersonalist sometimes accepts a poor individual soul as being Daridra Narayan, meaning that Narayan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has become poor. This is a contradiction. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is full in all opulences. He can agree to live with a poor soul or even with an animal, but this does not make him poor. There are two Sanskrit words used here, mana and dana. Mana indicates a superior and dana indicates one who gives charitable gifts or is compassionate towards an inferior. We cannot treat the Supreme Personality of Godhead as an inferior who is dependent on our charitable gifts. When we give charity, it is to a person who is inferior in his material or economic condition. Charity is not given to a rich man. Similarly, it is explicitly stated here that mana, respect, is offered to a superior and charity is offered to an inferior. The living entities, according to different results of fruitive activities, may become rich or poor, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead is unchangeable, is always full in six opulences. Treating a living entity equally does not mean treating him as one would treat the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Compassion and friendliness do not necessitate falsely elevating someone to the exalted position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We should not at the same time misunderstand that the super soul situated in the heart of an animal like a hog and the super soul situated in the heart of a learned Brahmana are different. The super soul in all living entities is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. By his omnipotency, he can live anywhere and he can create his Vaikuntha situation everywhere. That is his inconceivable potency. Therefore, when Narayana is living in the heart of a hog, he does not become a hog Narayana. He is always Narayana and is unaffected by the body of the hog. I neither have any qualification nor have any realization. I seek blessings of everyone, so that whatever I heard in the past, I can just repeat as it is. We are very honored to have Govinda Priya Mataji. She is actually Vaishnava Ministry Head. So let us express our gratitude to Govinda Priya Mataji by loudly chanting three times Haribol. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Much louder. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Also, what is her name? Ila. So let us express our gratitude to Ila Mataji. She accompanied her by loudly chanting three times Haribol. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Thank you for your presence, Hare Krishna. So, when actually Kapila Muni's teachings to Mother Devhuti, this chapter is actually entitled Explanation of Devotional Service by Lord Kapila. So these are actually interconnected. Yesterday Chaitanya Charan was speaking so very well on the verse before this verse 26. 25. Performing his prescribed duties, one should worship the deity of Supreme Personality of Godhead until one realizes my presence in his own heart and in the hearts of other living entities as well. Next one, yesterday's one. As the blazing fire of death, I cause great fear to whoever makes the least discrimination between himself and other living entities because of a differential outlook. And today's verse, therefore, through charitable gifts and attention as well as through friendly behavior and by viewing all to be alike, one should propitiate me, who abide in all creatures as well as all creatures as their very self. So, goal of life is actually self-realization. Lord Chaitanya says it's even higher, attaining the love of God. So, we have obtained a very rare human life and it doesn't stay for a long time. We have got this human life means we have a flag of envy. So one should, but envy is there, other impurities are also there, and lust is prominent. When we think we are this body, what is very prominent? Lust. And we try to satisfy our senses and mind. And then what happens? We try to satisfy ourselves, and anybody whom we see as an object of whom we see as an obstruction to our enjoyment, we see that person as our enemy. Even a subtle thought, this object is mine, this is mine, this is mine. When others are also trying to claim the same thing, then we see them as an obstruction to our enjoyment. Then what happens? It triggers an anger. Then pratak bhavam, when we cannot treat them on the same level, we don't see them as a part and parcel of Krishna. Actually, this verse is more or less for me, actually. So we have that separatist tendency, and we try to see them as a enemy. Actually, we don't speak. We were living in Vaishnava circles, so when they are trying to claim what we think is our own, we consider them as deadly enemies. So to have an outlook, to see Krishna's presence in everyone is not easy, actually. If we can see Krishna's presence in everyone, that is very high stage. At least Krishna says in Gita, 12th chapter, Yasmano dijita loke lokano dijite chaya arshamarsha bhavedvoger yo mad bhakta same priya. So, a person who doesn't give trouble to other living entities and who is dear to everyone, what is the thing? Why we give trouble to others? Because I think, it's because of only one reason. I think I'm this body, you're this body, this is mine, this is yours. And you should not claim mine, I should not claim yours, then we are friendly. The moment we try to acquire more and more, then it creates trouble. That's the problem of this world, actually. So, a person who does like this, Kapil Muni is telling, few years later, when they are on the verge of death, irrespective of who they are, create fear in their hearts. Wow. That's why actually ISKCON only we speak freely about death. Outsiders, they don't even talk about it. Why? It's so scary, actually. One time one person told me, why you stop? I asked him, why are you not coming to the programs? You always speak about death only, Why to talk about it? So inauspicious, what inauspicious? It's going to happen, it is there in everyone's home. So, actually 26 and 27, they're very connected. If we can deal with everyone equally, today, this is a great answer, actually, for myself. Then we can become free from fire. We can become free from that fear of death. Or, as I said, the verse in Gita, if I can, I make sure I treat everyone equally. 2 ways it is given. What are the 2 ways? Man and Dana. Somebody who deserves respect, especially superiors and equals, actually we should respect everyone. But what is that? Just give me 1 minute. We should respect everyone because Krishna is present in the heart of every living entity. I am from India, actually. When we meet somebody, we don't say, hey, how are you today? There is, I used to live in New Vrindavan. One day, Festival of Inspiration, one young girl came, maybe 7-8 year old. And Mother Malti is like practically 70 plus that time. Today she is 80 actually, she touched 80. This girl would go and call Malati, Malati, Malati. I was really, I was never trained to call my grandmother as, with a personal name. But this one time, this Maharaj, what's his name? Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj said, my obeisance is Namaste. And he said, if you really know what Namaste means, you'll never offer Namaste to anybody. Wow. What is Namaste? He said, Namaskar. So like this. That is the way of meeting others and wishing others. And I learned this time, probably 10-15 years ago, he said that. Wow. How many of you want to know what Namaste means? That is a way of wishing in the East. And he said, if you really know what it means, you will never offer Namaste to anybody. Namaste or Namaskar. Na mamate, whatever I have is yours. I am your servant because I am offering my respects to the super soul in your heart. Namaste means what? Whatever I have is yours. I don't own anything. And I am your servant because in your heart, Krishna is there as super soul. The other person, really? You are my servant? Amazing, give everything, put it in my pocket. No, that other person, no. See, Vedic culture is so wonderful. That person says, no. Namaste, whatever I have is yours. I am your servant because Krishna is there in your heart. If everyone treats other person with that attitude, how many of you agree our temples will grow left and right? Amazing. Trust me, I don't apply this. I use it to preach, that's it. It's because I don't have that mentality. I'm just repeating what Maharaj said. But so, what is that? Pruthak Bhagam means separatism. But Krishna is telling you in the same chapter, actually, the before verses. Bhakti in the mode of Tamogun means person, he accepts Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, but envious, greedy, So his bhakti is mode of his or her bhakti is in the mode of ignorance. And somebody is a separatist, but their bhakti, they practice bhakti with the desire to enjoy the fruits of their bhakti. So then what happens? That type of bhakti is actually, that type of bhakti is actually in the bhakti in the mode of passion. So what is the mode of goodness? Bhakti. I am doing bhakti to purify myself. I am doing bhakti so that whatever the wrong things I did, I want to undo them by Krishna's grace. That is bhakti in the mode of goodness. But pure bhakti is anyabhilashita sunya. So, ISKCON is a river. It's a natural river. And we are practicing bhakti with 3 modes. And we should not contaminate. We should not contaminate this river by adding more and more impurities, because we are already impure. But that's why taking shelter of the holy name, doing service, Lord Chaitanya, 2 things, which is a very difficult application. Vardama Korika Suni Sarvaloka Nama Sutra Gandhi Parakanti Sloka. Lord Chaitanya is saying, if you can apply this one sloka, and if you wear it, if you string this verse around the garland of holy names and wear it, you will attain the perfection. What is that? Trinada Pisanicha. That one verse I could never apply in my life, But that is an entrance to Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim. And next 4 verses of the advanced bhakti leading to prema. But what is the entrance to that? It's Trinadapisthanicham. First verse of Sikshastakam speaks of all the advantages, all the glories of the holy name. Second verse, first verse is thesis, second verse is antithesis. Despite all the great things of the holy name, Durdaiva Mitrishmaya Jarinan Raga, I cannot, I don't have any taste for the holy name. So sad. So Lord Chaitanya did not leave it there. What is that? He says, but synthesis, there is a solution. What is the solution? Holy name has all the advantages. Still, I don't have any taste. But this is the solution. If you can apply this, today's verse actually. What is today's verse? If we can treat everyone with respect and those people underprivileged, you can give dana. Prabhupada is telling, charity. Srila Prabhupada, when he saw these children, poor children, fighting with the dogs to eat the remnants in Mayapur, Prabhupada cried actually. And that's when that led to the formation of this organization, Food for Life, eventually. So, do whatever you can do to make others' lives better. But in Vaishnava circles, Namaruchi Jivadaya Vaishnava Seva. These three things are important. We should develop taste for the holy name. Janma Snarda Kori Karu. First is Kori. Otherwise, what we do? We distribute. Impurity we distribute. We distribute only impurities. One person, actually, one devotee told me, anything you do with impure heart will be impure. So should we wait until we are fully purified? No. Founder Acharya's instruction is there. Preach. So our preaching is for our purification. We are preaching not that we have become purified and we are blessing others. Preaching is also purification. What is our charity to outsiders? Holy name, prasad, good words. But Vaishnava Seva, respect everyone. When they are devotees, we serve them as much as we can. And here Srila Prabhupada is telling, actually Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, if you can analyze our movement, Saraswati Thakur, when he came, throughout his life he fought against the caste Goswamis and Apasampradayas. Not that he wanted to make whole India Krishna conscious. It was difficult. There was nobody, nothing. He was alone. 1914 Bhakti Vinod Thakur left the world. 1915 Gaur-Kishore Das Baji Maharaj left the world. So he said, I'm alone. So there is no pure bhakti at all prevailing anywhere. So then he had this vision. Everybody came. Lord Chaitanya came with the Panchatattva and all 6 Goswamis, including Bhaktivinoda Thakur and actually Gaur-Kishore Das Baji Maharaj. And what did they say? You preach, we'll send money from Vaikuntha, spiritual world. We'll send you the manpower. That's when, he fearlessly preached. He made 60,000 disciples and 64 Gaudiya modes. So, that's why purity is the force, books are the basis, utility is the principle, time is the essence. Then he tried, he established with great difficulty. Srila Prabhupada also throughout his life fought impersonalism, atheism, and scientists who are atheistic. But of course, Srila Prabhupada, by the grace of Parampara and his spiritual master, he spread this pure bhakti all over, which is actually amazing. Na bhuto na bhavishyati. No one has ever done in the history of mankind. So, in our case, it is actually the degradation is, today's degradation is unprecedented. What is that? It is more than impersonalism atheism, it's sense gratification, and the mode of ignorance. So, to the extent we purify ourselves, and that means to the extent we give Krishna to others as charity, that much extent this movement will go forward actually. Srila Prabhupada, that's why his purports, Prabhupada would not leave scientists, would not leave atheists, would not leave impersonalists, especially impersonalism. One time Gauranga said, Saraswati Thakur could not bear the presence of a Mayavadi. So Prabhupada took that, his purports, he's telling, just because super soul is present in everyone's heart, that super soul is not a dog or a hog. So because there was an organization in the Prabhupada time, so they would promote this, so Daridranarayan concept, So God is poor, God is present in poor people's hearts, so we should serve them. So they came out with this, organization came out with the concept Daridranarayan. Prabhupada said the Narayan can never become Daridra. So Narayan is not poor just because he is present in everyone, in poor person's heart. Or Narayan is not a dog or hog because he is present in their hearts, a dog's heart or a hog's heart. So Narayan is unaffected, because he loves all of us. So we are all in different species. So Krishna, Narayan is present in the hearts. So it doesn't mean super soul Paramatma is equal to the individual soul. That point Prabhupada is clarifying very well. Why? What is the first enemy of impersonalism? You treat others, as you are God, I am God, everybody is God. That's nonsense actually. Bhakti means Bhakta is eternal, Bhagavan is eternal, the process Bhakti is eternal, whether in a conditioned state or liberated state. So that point is very clear. If this is clear, then what happens? We go forward with our preaching. Otherwise what happens? I am the doer mentality will trigger. That is deadly. I am the doer mentality is very deadly. It's actually a coward impersonalism, a coward atheism. Why? Anything happens, what is our role? Okay, somebody sings very well. What is the role of a singer? One time analyze this. Somebody sings so well. So you go and tell them also, Prabhu, you sang very well. But what is a person's role in singing? Vocal cords are given by Krishna. The air is given by Krishna. And the song, Hare Krishna mantra, if it is, Hare Krishna mantra is sung, that is given by Krishna. And all what we are doing is, we are pushing the air through the vocal cords. So in other words, we have a desire to push the air through vocal cords, that's it. When somebody comes and says, Prabhuji, you sang very well, Mataji, you sang very well, oh, amazing. So when you are taking the credit, then Krishna Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says you are a thief. So you are taking something which doesn't belong to you actually. I'm talking to myself. So what is that? We own nothing. For anything to happen, according to Bhagavad Gita, what is that, 18th chapter? 5 things. How many of you can recollect? For anything to happen, there are the 5 factors. What are the 5 factors?
The body.
Mind.
No.
Place of action.
Huh?
Endeavor.
Louder.
Endeavor.
Endeavor.
The place
Different types of endeavor, yes.
Place of action.
Place.
Okay.
Height.
No.
Senses.
Senses, yes.
And the super soul.
One more.
Super soul.
So 4. Actually, not the place of action. Place of action is not there.
The body.
Adhishtanam. Body is there, yes. Yes, Prabhu. You want to say, Arjun? For anything to happen, you need these 5 factors are needed. One is desire. Second thing is, first thing is desire of the soul. Second thing is our senses. Different types of endeavors. Use your body. And the last one, even if you do all these things, 4 things very well, still it will not happen. What is the fifth one? Daivam Chaimatra Panchamam. Super soul sanction. So when we understand that, we become very grateful. Something wonderful happens in our lives. Krishna, my Lord, thank you very much. Something happens wonderful in others' lives. You should say thank you very much. Why should you thank you? Why should you thank Krishna if something wonderful happens in others' lives? Anybody? Something happens wonderful, in my life, something great happens, you thank Krishna, there is no problem. If something wonderful happens in other lives, why should I thank? Anybody? Can you guess? Huh?
Krishna is sanctioning.
Krishna is sanctioning, but why should you thank Krishna? Because Krishna sanctioned for them. That's it. But there is one more reason. Krishna has given you the realization that I am sanctioning for them also. These two, one is Krishna is sanctioning for them. Second thing is Krishna is giving you realization that he is sanctioning to them. These two things, if we can see, we will not become envious to them. We will not become envious of them. Otherwise, we always say, my Lord, please give me this, please give me this, please give me this. Krishna is giving you, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. But my Lord, please don't sanction them. So you are telling Krishna, you are not the controller, I am the controller. Or you make me the controller. Then this mana, dana, so that one we cannot, we cannot do that. So it's very, very important. Otherwise what happens, arhe danamanabhyam. Maitriya Pinnena Chakshu. Actually, I am talking to myself. This is very, very, very important. Maitriya Pinnena. Through charity and respect and friendship. Yesterday, Chaitanya Prabhu had a nice point. What is that? Pandita Samadarsana. Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahmana Yogastani Smichaya Sopagecha. Pandita Samadarsana. So, Pandita Samadarsana, so we see equally everyone. Doesn't mean everyone is not equal. Dog and cat are not equal. Dog is dog only, cat is cat only, or Pandita is Pandita only. But what is equal in them? The super soul behind them is equal. That's why you don't treat them equally. You understanding that, what is that? I'm sorry. Super soul is present in every one of them. You give them the respect they deserve. Just because super soul is present in the tiger, you won't go and embrace the tiger. Tiger will eat us up. So, he made a point. Panditas not Samavartina but Samadarsana. So what is that? What does this verse mean? It means Krishna is present in everyone's heart. Everyone has the ability to make progress. Krishna is providing Krishna is providing them their abilities needed. But not Samavartana, you don't treat them equally. But you understand Super Soul is present. And for example, so for a cow, you give one charity. For a dog, you give one charity. For what is that? A Pandita, you give one charity. For a dog eater, you give one charity. So if you understand this point and try to cultivate, what is that, equanimity, harsha-marsha bhavedyoga. Otherwise what happens, result comes amazing. If somebody is very result oriented, passion actually. When things don't go in our way, we become depressed. That's the problem with Rajagun. Things always don't go very well. Things don't happen the way we want all the time. Sometimes failure comes also. But we have to, what Krishna wants us to develop is equanimity. One day great results, another day failure. failure. Srila Prabhupada in his business, what is it? One day success, another day failure. But what is very important is the developing of the qualities. Rather than identifying with the externals, rather than identifying the success in the externals, real progress is internal. That nobody can take from us. Externals can go at any time. What is material world? That which is always changing. So whatever we create over a period of time, it is taken away. It will not come with us. But internal progress, nobody can take from us. That's like, you have developed a taste for the holy name. You have developed a taste for the reading. You have developed a taste for service. That cannot be taken. Or you developed a nishta. Of course, you developed ruchi. And the Prabhu says you're a Mahabhagavad devotee. So, out of the 3 Mahabhagavad devotees. So the thing is, we need to develop we need to focus on the internal progress along with doing preaching and other services that we undertake. Then what happens? When that day comes, judgment day, the death comes, we are not so much shaken up. Bhakti Swami was leaving the body. I would regularly go to Gitanagari. And Gitanagari, and actually 2005 January, he sent a mail. I got a call from Krishna, I'm going back to Krishna. Ever since he sent that mail, 200, 250 people would come to Gitanagari. Wow, one person we know is going back to Godhead. So many times I served Prasad in Sunday feast. And next door person, doctor said 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, he is going to live any week, any day. So maybe any Sunday feast is the last Sunday feast. But why we are serving? I am serving. Many times I served kaja, sweet. People were eating nicely. If they came to see him, this is not a festival. He is going to leave the world. And people are very happy. Means person is a pure devotee. Wow. How he attained it because of his selfless service to spiritual master, actually. So no fear. No fear. Actually, when he left the world, his disciples didn't cry. They danced. Perfect escape. That is the word they used. Yes, he said, because he said 6 months ago, I'm going back to God. So many wonderful things happened actually. That's our developed faith. Oh, if you do this, you'll go back to Godhead also. If not this lifetime, one lifetime. And 3-4 days before he left the world, he said, I want to relinquish all my designations. What is that? Ghanashyam, Krishnapad, Bhakti Tirtha Swami. These are also designations, he said. Sannyasi is also designation. Brahmachari is also designation. He had a name Krishnapad, that is also designation. John Favors, that is also designation. They are all designations. I wonder, so actually after that he did not send any mail. That was the last communication. I am relinquishing all my designations. And that's it. 4 days later he left the world. So the point is, we need to, there is a saying, die before you die. Then the fear is not there. Otherwise, what causes fear? Attachment. What is the worst attachment? Body. Hey, what do you think you are? Throughout your life is not what you are. And that is the one you are living. And going where? Don't know. Why? How? Don't know. Why? Don't know. That causes immense fear actually. But if you are detached from the body, before we leave, so what is body? Designations, upadhis attached to the body. If you can give it up, believe me, the fear will be less and less and less. I happened to see, what is his name? Juhu, the sannyasi. What is his name? Sannyasi? Sridhar Maharaj. Sridhar Maharaj, departure. So Indrajit Maharaj says, that last day Indrajit Maharaj went to his room to say goodbye, but Indrajit Maharaj knew he will not see him again. And Sridhar Maharaj was taking bath. And so this is 2004. So he went and said, so but Sridhar Maharaj was taking bath. Come on in. Maharaj, you're taking bath. No, I'm not his body. So you can come in. So no, but still, Maharaj, I'm going. Don't know when we'll meet. No, we'll meet. So thing is, actually now what is that? More than bodily attachment, we are attached to the upadhis, designations. I am this, I am this, I am this. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. I can just, if you want, I can prove what we are attached to with one line. How many of you want me to speak? Good news to you! What is the good news? Immediately you start thinking, see, is Krishna there? Means that's what you are longing for. It can be name and fame, anything. It's true for everyone actually. Somebody comes and tells good news. What is that good news? So we are attached to the upadhis, designations. And or we are longing for those designations. Then when we are leaving everything including the body, that's the biggest, that is the biggest problem actually. So, but throughout our life, if we can try to, as much as possible, serve others with the desire to please Krishna, hopefully that day, we will not struggle so much. There are so many examples nowadays, in ISKCON. Bhakti Swami said 3 weeks before I leave the world, I was in that room. Women outnumbered men in going back to God, and he said that actually. He said that. The women outnumbered men in ISKCON and going back to God, and he said. So anyway, what is that? This is what I want to speak. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong. Any question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end the class. You want to say any comment?
No, I really appreciated the point you made about namaste. The breakdown of the word namaste. Who was it, Bhakti Maharaj?
Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj.
Bhakti Purushottam
You want to add anything? If nothing is there, then we'll end it here actually. Thank you very much. Grandharash, Lord Chaitanya's appearance is coming, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually for that one, what is that? He came to, Prema Rasa Niryasa Koritya Swadan Ragamarka Pratibhake Koritya Prachara. So he came to experience Radha Bhav, but he also came to distribute. We have the highest thing, what world is looking for. So Lord Chaitanya came, he gave the highest philosophy, but he was also washing the clothes of devotees when he was actually Nimaya Pandit. He was taking care of devotees actually, So he was so glad when he saw, when Jagannath Puri was living as sannyasi, one day he happened to see Paramananda Puri. And he was very happy when he saw Paramananda Puri. He didn't say, I am supreme personality of God, I have no. He was so glad to see Paramananda Puri. Whenever devotees from Bengal would come, he was very glad. And he doesn't want to leave them actually. He would not want to leave them. So they would stay, today we'll go, no, stay some more time. Finally they would leave. So, what is that? What is bhakti? Practicing bhakti. What is Chaitanya Charitamrita? Eating prasad and discussing Krishna. Chanting the holy name. That's it. That is bhakti. Thank you very much. We'll end it here. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong. But very grateful for your patient audience. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Yugala-kiśora Prabhu ki jai.